The deck is held in a loose fashion with your thumb on the right side of the long edge of the deck, your index on the top short edge of the deck, and your middle ring and pinky on the other long side of the deck. So here is the grip. Let's move on.
The first thing we have to do is learn a swing cut. What is that? Swing cut is where you just take the cards, pry them up, over into the thumb, and cut. Over and cut. So let me show you what this looks like. You're going to take your pack of cards, your thumb is going to be down on this corner basically at that end. Up here you're holding it with two fingers. See how close this finger is to the edge, to that corner. Then your forefinger is going to take the top half of the cards, pry them up, swing them into the thumb right over here to collect them and replace over here. So again, up, pry over, in, and replace. Up, over, and replace. Okay? That's a swing cut. Very easy, but it's a nice little flourish. It looks cool because you look like a cool dude, you know? Hey, check me out cutting the cards. Nobody else cuts them like this, you know? So now, if you want to control a card, here's what you're going to do. You're going to do your swing cut. You're going to replace, but this time you're going to keep a break. Do you see this break right back here? And immediately, you're going to pry off with the left hand here the bottom quarter of cards and replace it on top, keeping your break the entire time. Then you're going to come back under and with your little finger pull down, pry that down, and replace again. What that's done is that you now have that same card that you had. See the King of Diamonds, watch. We go under, keep a break, over, over again, and you've got your King of Diamonds on top again. So what that means is this. You can have someone replace their card on the top right here. There's the King of Diamonds. Then you come over and you give it a couple more cuts, and it looks like the card is buried, but it's not. Okay? So, again, let's go through this one last time. You've got the King of Diamonds on top. You're going to do your swing cut into the left hand. You're going to come back over top, just like you normally do, but this time you're going to keep a break. Immediately, with no pausing, you're going to cut off a quarter of the cards and put them on top with the left hand. Again, come back underneath and take the last half and put them on top. That means that you've got your card back on the top again. Okay? The last part of that is a false swing cut with a little tapping motion thrown in as misdirection. So here's what that looks like. Again, you've got your King of Diamonds on top. You're going to do your swing cut, drop it, drop the other half like a perfect cut, but where that leaves you, deceptively, is with your King of Diamonds on the top. Okay? So very easy. Let's look at this. You're going to take your swing cut. You're going to cut into the left hand, tilt it up, tap it, drop on the table, take this and drop it on top as if that was the top half of the deck and you're completing a cut. It's not actually, but it's so deceptive because people aren't used to seeing a swing cut into the other hand. Then with the tapping motion, it just gives a whole deceptive look, and people can never tell exactly what you did. And if you act like you cut the cards, then you did in fact cut the cards. That is now the reality. Okay?
All right, so here we go with the Charlier cut. The Charlier cut is a classic move that's probably been around for at least 100 years. Now, besides being a simple one-handed cut, it's actually the point of origin, or the most basic and most simple form of cardistry that we know. Now, this is a very important concept to understand. This is more than just a tool, because once you get more advanced into cardistry, you'll probably not use the Charlier cut so much because it's so simple and it's so basic. But aside from being sort of the grandfather of all one-handed cuts, because this little action, this little rising action, is something that probably 90% of other original cuts use, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand, that your moves are probably based on it. So it is the point of origin. Now, besides being that, it's also a great tool for you to use in your performances, because you can actually demonstrate this. You can actually bring someone on stage and show them the basic one-handed cut, the simplest form of cardistry that we know of today. So you show them the Charlier cut, and you want to do a very good job in order for them to succeed and actually, do the Charlier cut. They'll have trouble with it, they'll struggle through it, but at least that will dispel their notion of you having too much time on your hands, and they'll actually begin to understand that cardistry is very difficult. Because if you're a good performer, you'll come off as, oh, that stuff looks easy, because he makes it look easy. But that's not what you want. You want to make cardistry look very difficult, because let's face it, it really is difficult, and that's something that you want your audience to understand. So this is a great tool to do that. A little gag with this is, if it's your first time learning the Charlier cut, which it might be, it's something that you'll probably be complaining about as well, that your thumb is too short or too small, your hands are too small, and your audience are likely to make that same excuse. So a great little gag is to pull out a miniature deck, like a mini deck, and then give it to them, and it gets a laugh. So it's audience participation and it's audience involvement, which is something that any performer can relate to and would probably want to put in his repertoire. So cardistry is no different. So again, the Charlier cut is more than just a simple move that you can show off to your audience. It's also a tool in order for your audience to understand that and appreciate cardistry as a whole. Okay, so that's something I use it for as well. All right, so with that said, I apologize for the extremely long introduction. Let's just get right into it. All right, so you're going to start off in mechanics grip. Your pinky is going to go on the opposite side of where your index finger is. What that'll allow you to do is prop the deck up and reposition it. This will be your get ready for the Charlier execution. Now what you're going to do is, with your index finger, drop about half the cards onto your palm. Remember to keep your pinky on that opposite edge so that the cards won't fall down onto the floor. Your pinky is just going to prop this packet right up, and you can release the top packet, and you see it balances sort of like a T. Now you're just going to keep rising, keep pushing up, 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 until this packet clears, and then you're just going to drop and square up. Okay, so let me give you that one more time. Starting in mechanics grip, pinky on the opposite side, prop up, thumb on the opposite long edge of the deck. Your index finger is just going to drop about half the pack. It's going to push up, all the while pinky is on the opposite side. Let go, balance, keep pushing until you clear that packet, drop, and close.
So there is the way to control a card. That's your first experience with that. Okay, let's learn how to in-jog a card as a method of controlling your chosen card during a shuffle. Because what you have to do is not only cut the deck sometimes, but you're going to have to shuffle it and yet maintain control of that person's selected card. Okay? So here's what that looks like. Let's say you've got a card on top of the deck. You've got the ace of diamonds right here. You're going to take the cards, shuffle, 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 and guess what? We've got the ace of diamonds right there. How did we do that? We did it like this. And really learn this one well. Just practice, 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 and you will get it. All you do is this. You know how to do an overhand shuffle, right? You're going here, here, dropping little packets like so. You've got the cards held like so in the left hand. Here's a different angle. Drop, 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 drop. Okay? Now, what you do is you take half the deck from here. You do what's called an in-jog. You jog it over about 3/4 of an inch, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with. Then you just shuffle off on top of that, anything, anywhere, all over the place, all over the place, all over the place, all over the place, making it look a little bit sloppy, okay? Now here's what you're faced with if you look from a back view. You've got your jogged card right on top of the selected card. What you're going to do is get a break. How do you get a break? You push with the thumb, just a little bit of upward pressure as you close all of these cards on top, getting ready for the next shuffle. Did you see that? The cards naturally, when I pushed up a little bit, went into a natural break. You shuffle to the break and throw on top. And guess what? You have your selected card again. Let's go over that one more time. From the shuffle, in-jog a little bit, shuffle, 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 pick up like so, shuffle off the rest of that are on top, and drop on top. You're left with your selected card right there.